airport bashing picture. Okay, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Bianca and today I'm at the airport. I'm going to Barbados. This is actually the first time I'm traveling by myself, so woohoo me. I have a 6 o'clock flight. It's 4:57. I went to sleep like 1 something this morning. I woke up like 3 o'clock. Couldn't sleep. I'm very anxious, so we'll see. Hey guys, so a little update. The flight is delayed until 7, so I'm trying to take out my chip to put back in my data because I might have some time here, but I don't have anything sharp to get the iPhone thing open, so I'm trying to search my bag for something, but I kind of emptied out my bag, so I don't really have anything that can. I tried using a pencil, but I guess it's not like pointy enough. Try using my comb, that's not pointy enough either. So I'm trying to find something so I can put in my chips so I can get data. You get 15 minutes on their Wi-Fi, but that don't last long at all. Even though my flight got delayed, I still have enough time to make it to where I have to go. I'm actually kind of glad it got delayed, because I was actually wondering like what the hell am I gonna do in the meantime. Funny fact, I was sitting at the wrong gate. But I'm at the right gate now, and when I was sitting there, I was wondering like, wait, why is there such little bit of people like there? And then it was saying that the flight is like full or something of that sort. So I was wondering like, I'm a flight full and I might not sit down there. So I decided to go look for water, and then I walked and I was like, oh, that's gate 1. Hey guys, so we're heading on to the plane now. We're just about boarding. Okay guys, so I'm in Barbados. However, I have a dilemma. I went to the embassy. However, that's not where I'm supposed to be going. I'm supposed to be going some kind of DHL office on Pilgrim Road. So now I'm gonna catch a bus to go to this place and see how that goes. So I'm having the weirdest experience of my fucking life. Like, I ordered a taxi and I was trying to figure out if that was my taxi, and the man put up a middle finger to me. And I was like, what? These people are just strange set of people, and I don't know. Okay guys, so we have a story time to do because I had such I don't even know what to call it experience in Barbados. So first of all, I'm gonna start off from today's Friday. On Wednesday I bought KFC, my usual original burger combo with fries. Had that, was fine, tasted good. Early in the Thursday morning, my stomach was really hurting, and I really wanted to use the toilet. And then it turns out I got like, it wasn't diarrhea, but it was like the first stages of diarrhea, and I kept going to the bathroom. So I had to end up taking some diarrhea relief pills to like stop it. You don't want to be having diarrhea while you're traveling, so I had to like try to stop my body from going off. I was supposed to vlog when I was in Barbados, however a lot of stuff happened. So we needed to hear that part first before I said this part. So when I landed in Barbados, my first problem was I had a Barbados number and I activated the internet plan. However, when I was trying to get the data working, for some reason the internet just wasn't on, but I activated the plan. So I called my brother and whatnot. He told me like you have to change the settings in it and put PP internet, and I was like, oh yeah, it's true. So I was trying to do that and it wasn't really working at first, but anyway, I got it to work. And And then so I got a taxi. Well, the guy in the taxi, he was telling me, he was asking me if I was going to go back to the airport afterwards. I said no, I was going to go to the mall. So he was telling me that I can either take another taxi to the mall or I can get the bus. He told me which buses I could take to get to the mall, which was he said a yellow bus and the white buses, and he was like showing me them. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I would also ask him like if there's gonna be taxis outside of the place that he's taking me to. He said yes, and I was supposed to ask him for his number, but I forgot. So he dropped me off at the place, and I paid him and whatnot, and I went to the desk because it was about the gate, and there was like this little security booth or whatever. So I went to the window to speak to the lady, and when I spoke to her, she was like saying I'm at the wrong location. And I looked around and I was like, wait, where did the taxi go? So the taxi already left also. So she and I was telling me also, oh, I can just take a bus to go to the place. So I went on Google Maps to see where it was. It was like even 11 minutes away from where I was by drive, and it was 2.5 hours by walk. So I was like, okay, my appointment is at 12. It's like 8 something, like late 8 o'clock. So I had a lot of time. Someone was like, okay, you know what, maybe I'll just take the bus, since the lady and all was telling me take the bus. I can just take the bus. So I go down to the bus stop and I was just like waiting to see if like taxis passing or like buses. So I saw one of the buses that the people were talking about. So I went on the bus. However, the bus was like ram-packed. Like I was standing. I mean, I'm used to that for Antigua Coolidge bus, like because the Coolidge bus is really full, but that bus was ram-packed full. So anyway, there was this lady in the bus, and she was like talking to me, but there was a lot of noise in the bus. I couldn't really hear what she was saying. Eventually, when I heard what she was saying, she was like talking to me back and forth, and I wasn't really understanding what she was saying because it was like a lot of noise. And then she was talking really fast also, and she had like a strong Bayesian accent, so I wasn't understanding what she was saying. Eventually, when I understood what she was saying, she was asking me where I'm going. So I told her I was going to Pilgrim Street, and she was like telling me this bus is not going there. I'm on the wrong bus. So I was like, oh, okay. I told her, okay, is it going to pass Shelton's Mall or something like that? No, the mall is called Shelton, or I think I'm pronouncing it properly, but yeah, this mall. And she was like, no. I was like, but the taxi guy told me the bus would pass the mall too. So I was like, okay, no, I'm definitely on the wrong bus. And then so she was asking me where all I want to go, and I told her I wanted to go to the place to do the, and I wanted to go to the mall. So she's like, okay, she's gonna help me get there. So I said, okay, no problem. So the bus pretty much went like round in a circle like twice. So at first I was like, wait, this is the route the bus taking, just like this circle. I'm just sitting there like looking at the time. It's like, oh gosh, time is passing. I still had a good amount of time. I was like, but time is really passing. And then so like the bus got empty and whatnot, and it was like only me and her on the bus. So I was like, okay, I was waiting to see what's happening. And then the bus stopped and she came off. I'm just like, but I thought she said she could help me. So I'm just like, but she never told the bus driver nothing. So the bus continued going, and the bus ended up and stopped. So I went and spoke to the driver and told him I wanted to go to Pilgrim Street and that I'm on the wrong bus and which bus I need to get to go to there. And the bus driver, he was like, yo, he gave me attitude, and like he was getting mad at me. I'm just like, why is this man mad at me? And the man was like, oh, if the conductor didn't talk to me. I'm just like, wait, this lady's the conductor. I thought she was just a passenger. I didn't know she's a conductor. I'm not from here. I don't know anything. So he's like, oh, the conductor spoke to me. And I'm just still like, boy, I really understood half the thing this conductor told me. All I know, she told me she can help me get to many for go. And then he's like, oh, go sit down. Go sit down. And I'm just like, what? So I am just like, oh, okay. So I went and sit down, and I'm just like, at that point, I'm just like, okay, I don't know. Maybe I should just stop off somewhere and then try get a taxi or something. And boy, at that point, I just felt I haven't eaten either. Oh yeah, because of the pain in my stomach and the food and whatnot from the Kentucky, I didn't eat. Only thing, I had tea in the morning before I left, and I had a plantain chips. So I didn't eat nothing for the day. The day before, the Thursday, I didn't really eat either. I ate like once that day. So I started to feel very funny. I started to feel weird. And on top of that, Cameron is sick. And then the people, every person who was sitting next to, because the flight left from Antigua, went to Dominica, the person who was next to me, they came up in Dominica, and then somebody else came and sat next to me again. So the two persons who were sitting next to me, it's like they were sick as well too. And it's just like everywhere I was going, also the people who I was like talking to, they were sick. So I started to feel sick. My throat started to feel funny and weird. Like, actually at the moment, I can't really talk like loud, and like my voice feels kind of weird. Well, my voice is like low and it sounds weird to me. Honestly, I feel like I have a cold, but as I was saying, I'm getting strained off. So at that point, at that moment in time, I'm on the bus sitting down, I was starting to feel like really sick and weird. And at that point, the bus was like stood up outside. I think it was UE campus or something. And then I saw the lady coming back on the bus. I'm just like, but we left the lady on some other road up there. So I'm just like, how she get here? I was like so confused. Anyway, the lady came back on the bus. I was like, okay, maybe she can help me. Maybe she didn't forget about me. So then the bus stood there for a couple minutes, and then it drove off. And then I was on the bus sitting down wondering like, okay, so I'm going the opposite direction of where I need to go. What am I doing? And then eventually we were passing this white bus, and she was shouting outside. The conductor was like shouting outside the window and whatnot. And I didn't really understand what she was saying. But all I heard, she lost. And then she was like, oh, go in that bus there. I'm just like, okay. I wasn't even too sure if I was supposed to pay that bus. I did not pay that bus. I just got the bus and go in the other bus. And then the bus was full too. So I had to sit like, I can't even explain on camera how I had to sit. It's like a bus, and then you know the driver's in front, and then they have the passenger in front. The bus didn't have no seat in the middle in front. So it's like behind the passenger, I was like sitting behind the seat, and it's like a very small space. So my butt, half my butt is not even on that thing, right? And I kind of went in weird. I kind of went in sideways when I needed to be straight. So it was even worse to off. Anyway, some people came off. Eventually, I got to sit down properly and whatnot. And then I was going towards the direction that I needed to go, but I still didn't know where this bus was going. So I was looking at everybody who was like in the bus. I'm just like, okay, who looks friendly? Nobody at all looked friendly, boy. So I'm just like, keep looking at the map, seeing where I'm going. I'm just like, okay, if I see the bus turning off from where I need to go, I will come off and then either walk the rest of the way, because I wasn't very far away from it. Either walk the rest of the way or get a taxi or something. So eventually a guy with a DHL shirt came in the bus, and I was like, okay, I need to go where he works. So the bus continued going to the direction in which I needed to go, and then I ended up asking the guy from the DHL shirt about the place, and he was like, yes, that's where I need to go. So I was like, okay. So I ended up figuring out that I'm on the right bus. So he stopped the bus when we reached close to the place, and then we came off and went into the place. So I'm not gonna really talk about that part. And then after that, I was supposed to go to the mall, and I was really hungry, so I didn't get anything to eat as yet. I haven't eaten for the day as yet. Well, I ate those little plantain chips, but I need something to eat. So I went to the bus stop. A few buses were passing me. My brother was saying, I was supposed to go to the mall, but my brother was saying, it was like 12 something. My brother was saying I could get on the 1:30 flight. So it's like, okay. But he didn't confirm to me whether or not I can get on it yet. So I was sitting at the bus stop waiting. I was like wondering, like, should I really go to the mall, or should I really go on the flight if I can get on the flight, or should I go across the road and get something to eat, because there's a place across the road to get something to eat. But I was waiting on the phone call, so he happened to tell me, yes, I can get on the flight, but I need to get there like right now. So I'm just like, okay. Cameron ended up sending me a Barbados taxi number that he had. So I called those two numbers and none of them were working. So I ended up getting the paper, the receipt that I got from the first taxi that I took. It wasn't a number, it was an inquiry, but I inquired about getting a taxi. So I called this guy. This taxi man, and I told him I'm at DHL near the airport and I need to get to the airport. And he said, okay, hold on. And then he said something and it hang up. And I was like, what? This man just hang up on me? Wait, is he coming? Like, I was like, wait, is he coming? And then ended up call back the number. I was like, I don't know if this guy is coming. I need to get to the airport like right now. I don't want to miss this flight. So I call back and then the guy who I was talking to already gone. He's like, oh, okay. So I was trying to ask him, I'm like, so where is he coming from? But I think the phone had already hung up. And then I was like standing up waiting. I was like looking up and down the road, the one trying to figure out which direction the bus coming from. I assumed it was the airport because that's where I got the first taxi and that's where the paper came from. So I assumed it was coming from the airport. However, I'm just like, the airport is not that far away. Why is this man taking so long to reach up here? Anyway, I saw this taxi across the road I was coming, right? And I had the yellow fold in my hand. And I was holding it, and I thought that was a taxi that was supposed to pick me up. So I was like, putting up my hands to say like, hey, is it you? Like, trying to figure out if it's the driver. And the man stick up a middle finger at me. And I'm just still like, wait, what? The man was like legit sticking up his middle finger at me, pointing it at me. And I'm just like, what is going on right now? And there was like two guys across the road over there. And they were like, wait, they seeing this right now? I'm just like looking around the place like, this man just stick me up. What am I doing? I was like, did I offend him or something? Or I was like so confused of what was going on. And anyway, a few minutes later, me still wonder if this taxi had come on at I'm seeing buses pass and it's like, should I go on this bus? And then the taxi ended up and came, got in the taxi, and the guy was talking to me. Honestly, Bayesian accent, I like it, but after today, I don't like it. Because I was barely understanding what these people were saying to me. And then this taxi man was telling me something about he had pain in his stomach with something about food. And I was like, what? I was like, wait. How did this topic come up? What? And I was like trying to tell this guy like, hey, I have a flight to get on right now. I need to like hurry up to get to the airport. And I didn't even think he was understanding what I was saying, you know. Anyway, made it to the airport, changed my ticket because I was supposed to have to leave 6 o'clock. So I changed my ticket from 6 to 1:30. Get to, actually at first I didn't even know where I was going. I was looking for the gate. I ended up asked this help desk lady. She showed me where to go. I went in there, and then when I reached inside the part where like have the shops and stuff inside the airport, I was like, okay, now I know where I am. And then when I was there, I was like, you know, that bunch of people in there, I was only like, wait, but the flight's supposed to done start, boy, everybody's supposed to done be on the plane already. I was like, okay. So I go up to the desk and asked them. They said no, they don't start boarding us yet. So I was like, okay. So I sat down, and then for a while, and then after that they said the flight is getting delayed. So I said, okay. by the time it was close to when we were when it started boarding again, so I didn't really want to go out because it's like a good distance to walk go out to the other terminal, to the other gate. So I didn't even look at the part they call. It was a good walk. I don't know how long the food was gonna take, so I just ended up buying a Jamaican patty that was there, and then that ended up on start messing with my stomach again. Instead of leaving at, I think we were supposed to leave, I think it was 1:30 we were supposed to leave, and we ended up leaving at 2:30, so I can't remember. But yeah, that was my experience. Honestly, when I first went to Barbados, it was nothing like that. I actually liked Barbados, but this second time, I don't know, boy, that one just made me get a bad experience, and it was like my first time traveling by myself, and that was just a disaster, boy. That was just a disaster. Hopefully tonight I get some sleep. But yeah, that was my experience traveling for the first time by myself. I hope you guys enjoyed my little story time. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll tell you more about why I was going to Barbados and all that kind of other stuff in a different video. See you guys in the next one. Bye.